It's Shirley World. Hi. I'm here to tell another little story about my nursing career. This is right after I graduated from nursing school. I graduated from Huron Road Hospital. It was at that time connected to Fenn College, which is now Cleveland State. I got my RN and an associate degree in psychology. The first hospital, after I graduated from nursing school, I got married the first time. I got married to Carl, my two children's father, and we were married for 12 years. But we had just gotten married, and we lived in Warrensville Heights, and I would take the bus every morning to go to work. And my first job was at St. Luke's Hospital in Shaker Heights. I don't even remember the interview, to tell you the truth, at all. That's gone. I don't remember at all. You'd think my very first job I'd remember that, but I don't remember much. I remember going to work on the bus every morning and coming home on the bus every evening. And it was so hard not to fall asleep on the bus. But hi Georgia, Green Eyes. Thanks for joining me again. Yeah, I was just telling that my first job was at St. Luke's Hospital in Shaker Heights, Ohio. It was on Shaker Boulevard. It was a great big hospital. And I worked there the first year of my nursing career. I got a job. I was on the floor. I was a brand new nurse, and I was on a GYN, gynecology floor. All women. Let me just say this about women patients versus men patients. I think, now this is just my opinion, I think women are harder to take care of than men. Men seem to want to please you. I think it's a male-female thing. Maybe not so much today, but back then. And women were very, very much wanted to be waited on. They were very picky about things and very whiny. I'm sorry for saying that, but that's how it was, especially on a GYN floor. So that was my first job. I do remember my first job, how much I was going to make. $3.50 an hour as an RN. $3.50. So it's a big difference from what RNs make today. But I thought that was fine, evidently, when I got out of school, brand new grad, went to work at St. Luke's Hospital. This was a huge hospital. I don't think I ever found my way all around that hospital. Now, I only worked there for about a year, maybe a year and a half. Because I got pregnant and then we moved to Parma. But the time I was working there was during the time of Kennedy's assassination. And I can remember I wasn't at work when that happened. I happened to be downtown in the Higbee building, in Higbee shopping. Let me just tell you about this, because everybody remembers where they were. I was in Higbee's. I heard a bunch of people talking about something that had happened to the president. Something had happened about a shooting or something. So I took the escalator or the elevator, I don't remember which, down to the television department. And they had all the televisions on. And that's where I watched about the Kennedy assassination, what had happened. And then everybody was so quiet after that. And so I left the store and got on the bus to go home, and the bus was completely silent. I do remember that. But I was working in the GYN, on the GYN floor in a ward. I can remember exactly where I was standing in this ward. And I remember they had their little television on, and it's the day that Oswald got shot. I remember seeing Oswald getting shot, and that's where I was. I was at work in the women's ward on a GYN floor. And that's mostly what I remember about working at St. Luke's. There's one more thing I do remember. I do remember I had broken my toe, my big toe. I won't even tell you how I did that. No. But I broke my big toe. It hurt so bad. But I had it taped and went to work, the nursing shoe on. I was limping like crazy, of course. And I worked with this broken toe inside my nursing shoe because we had, regular, those bad-looking nursing shoes back then. And worked all day with this broken toe that I'd just done, I think, the night before. But that's another thing I remember. I don't remember too much about St. Luke's, but that was the first hospital that, let's see if I made any other notes. I don't think so. No. That's about all I remember from that hospital. I do have a picture that I brought up on the computer here of the front of the hospital. It was really U-shaped. You can't see the U here, but this is, I'm going to turn this. This is what the hospital looked like back then. And it was a very beautiful hospital. This is, I think, after it had actually closed. It closed, I think, in 1999, and it has reopened to a medical center again. It was redone and reopened. But, yeah, that was my first experience in nursing. And to tell you the truth, I remember, lots of sitz baths for women and hysterectomies, lots of hysterectomies, and a lot of, what else? Everything gynecologically that could be surgically repaired. That's what was on this floor. And it was a surgical floor. So that was my first experience in nursing. I'm sorry I don't remember more. I remember passing meds with a little cart. We had little cups. They were glass at that time. Little glass cups like shot glasses. And they were lined up on the stainless steel rack. They went into holes. Yes, I'm old. No computers. All nursing notes were written longhand. Doctor's orders were all written down longhand. You had to be able to read them. And I think that's about it for St. Luke's. And so this will be a short scope because I don't want to keep going on and tell too much at one time because then I won't have any more nursing stories. So I remember what I do remember something else. I remember this was from all hospitals that I was in, but I do remember in the med room there was a room like an alcove where you got your medicines, And they were all bottles of medicines. There was no ordering from the pharmacy. And I mean, you ordered when the person first came in and the doctor ordered the medication. It was ordered and brought up. It was sent up with tube, you know, those, what do you call them, that tube system, like banks have from the, where you drive up to the car, and then they have those tube systems. That, you know what I mean? I forget what that's called. But yeah, that's how everything went around the hospital, in those tubes, unless somebody hand carried it. But that's how we got our meds. There was a tiny little lock box in the med room, and that's where narcotics were kept. But they were all there, you know, bottles of morphine, bottles of codeine and Demerol. Those were the biggies back then. So that's about it. That's about all. Things will come slowly back to me, and I'll add them at different times. But that's my nursing story for today. And I'll be back tomorrow. Sorry this was such a short scope, but my memory is short. So, nice talking to you, and thanks for visiting. Thank you to the replay visitors, too. I should say that first. I know. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Thanks for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. Bye.